Hey, it's Kelly with your A1 Extra presented by New Hearing Center. This week, senior reporter David McGee and photographer Emily Ball talk about their flood coverage in Buchanan County last week. The two found a community where the surging water of flash floods upended lives and destroyed property. Here's Emily and David.
Pretty extensive damage in some parts of the county. Buchanan County is very mountainous and very rural. The little bit of flat land that there is typically occupied by homes, and it's often near waterways. And in some of the areas that we saw, which was Dismal Creek or Dismal River, there was some extensive flooding, a lot of damage, many homes destroyed. It was a pretty significant sight.
We talked to very many disheartened people about their homes, about items in their homes. We've talked to people who lost pets, found pets.
Yeah.
There's people whose homes were ruined from their foundations. And a lot of these people don't really know where to go from now. I mean, this was just a major impact that none of them experienced before.
One lady we interviewed, 67-year-old lady, actually was washed. She got out of her house, got up on top of her truck. That wasn't high enough, and so she wound up getting up into the tree that was nearby and spent several hours midway up a tree. Over 100 structures were impacted in some way. Well over 30 were destroyed. Most of the people we encountered were trying to find someplace else to live because their homes were not, they couldn't occupy them. They were pretty much gone. One house was literally sitting in the middle of the highway, washed right off its foundation.
We met Miss Patty. She was climbing in her tree. Her dog woke her up middle of the night, splashing water. She knew she had to leave the home because the water was already so high up in her house. And unfortunately, her beloved Veda was washed away while she climbed into a tree to wait for the water to kind of lower. She did find her puppy the next day successfully, and they have been staying with relatives to kind of get through this hardship.
The water's all long gone down, but the trauma that follows it's going to be around for a while.
All right, that's it for this week's A1 Extra. Make sure you visit HeraldCourier.com for more stories and reporting of Bristol and Southwest Virginia. And pick up this Sunday's paper for the Sunday centerpiece. And remember to follow along on Instagram and Twitter at Herald Courier. We'll see you next week for another A1 Extra, brought to you by New Hearing Center.